The close.
Thierry Henry and the Shark.
That's a bit May.
People say
card that's worth getting. Pay your way. Get your Klarna card now.
There's feeling good, and there's feeling pure gym good.
What's up, guys, and welcome to the Amazing Digital Circus Mind Games. Now, this is a brand new Amazing Digital Circus game. Now, it is fan-made, but apparently it's a mix of, like, Amazing Digital Circus mixed with some horror elements to it, and it looks very good. Now, this is only the demo, so if you guys want to see me play the full release, you already know what to do. Leave a like on the video, and, of course, subscribe if you're new. And in the comment section down below, comment down below just a smile emoji, all right? Anyways, let's go and start the game and begin. Let's do this. Oh, boy. By the way, this is, like, one of those, like, visual novels. Oh, this looks sick already. Oh, this looks sick, dude. Okay. Whoa. So, I don't know. I think this is their own unique story, right? That's, like, not canon, so we're gonna have to figure out what's going on. You put on a dusty headset that has been sitting nearby an old computer. To your surprise, it still works. No menu, no sound, no game selection. You had no idea what to expect while waiting for it to load. You're surrounded by darkness, and for a few seconds, you wonder if there's anything to play. Like a little bee. A buzz of static catches you off guard until the surrounding void suddenly flashes into a blinding light. Oh, your vision comes to a few moments later, a disoriented groan leaving your mouth. Bleary, is that how you say that? Bleary eyes try to look past the spots blinding your vision, and as it gradually comes into focus, you find yourself immediately assaulted by eye-piercingly bright blues, yellows, and reds. You find yourself standing in what resembles the insides of a giant circus tent. You stand in awe, staring at the floating cubes, plastic tubes, and strangely stacked toy blocks, when suddenly, crack! A loud sound nearly sends you stumbling as a figure materializes from thin air. Well, butter my beloved and smack my sclera. What is a sclera? Rises from thin air. Well, plastic tubes and strangely stacked toy blocks, when suddenly, crack! A loud sound nearly sends you stumbling as a figure materializes from thin air. Well, butter my beloved and smack my sclera. What is a sclera? If it isn't a new human. You had bumped into a short something that is now defying gravity right above you. You stare up at the massive pair of chompers with eyeballs, trying to understand just what it is you're looking at. Welcome to the Amazing Digital Circus! His voice booms out across the colorful backdrop, his spoken words appearing in bold, colorful letters above him. My name is Kane, and I'm your ringmaster around here. I can't tell you how delighted I am to finally see a new face in my circus. The hyperactive denture keeps his two mismatched eyes on you like glue, unblinking and unmoving. All you can do is stare in stunned silence as you attempt to catch up to all that is going on around you. Oh, it's multiple choice! While you're still trying to make sense of everything in front of you, you decide to explore or express cautious interest for the digital circus, or reach up and try to take the headset off. Yeah, I think I probably wouldn't. Yeah, no, I'm trying to take the headset off. Absolutely. Kane watches as you pull at your head. You struggle for a few seconds as you quickly realize there's nothing to take off. Panicked and confused, you ask for a way to disconnect yourself from the game. Disconnect? This place is fun! I promise you there's so much we can do. Anything you want, as wacky as you can imagine. And you still gotta meet all the others, am I right? He nudges your arm incessantly in an effort to convince you to just go with the flow of the game. You notice his fingers tapping rhythmically on his cane, his eyes not leaving you. Alright, he insists that you experience the game, give it a chance. You decide to calm down and accept to give it all a try, or you insist politely you want to exit. I would still be trying to leave, but let's calm down and accept it. Let's see what he says. He looks ecstatic, clicking his heels together in the air where he was already floating. Wonderful! I promise you we'll have a kicking his heels together in the air where he was already floating. Wonderful! I promise you we'll have a great time here. I gotta show you around and we can give you a name. He stops in place, upper jaw raising as if he just remembered something. An unreadable look crosses his face before his eyes spontaneously point in opposite directions. Jumping jackhammers in all the how do you say that? Hullabaloo! I've completely forgotten we're in the middle of a hardcore hide-and-seek game. You start to ask, but you cut yourself off. He snaps his fingers. Ooh. A strange board game with his face on it materializes out of nowhere and falls to the ground. If you don't mind waiting for me a bit, I'll be back with you in a moment. I promise. Just don't go anywhere, okay? I want to be the one to show you around. Little me game. Little me game for you to play in the meantime. See you around in a bit. Toodly-doo. There he goes. Kane vanishes and there's a deafening silence all around you. A quick look over your shoulders and you can see how big the place is. You could listen to Kane and wait for him, but there were also so many strange-looking areas that caught your attention. Oh, you have a board game at your feet and a whole strange digital world surrounding you. Finally, you decide to stay and play the board game, walk towards an open vent on the wall. Wait, so we can save, right? Yeah, we can save, and then, like, the problem is remembering what we did here. Return. Okay, let's stay and play the board game. Ooh, there were missing pieces inside the box, yet the game seemed to not make any sense anyways. You put out the board, displaying it on the ground, and try to pass some time. After a while, you're already bored. Not even the instructions were of any help. With the box open in front of you, you take in a deep breath. Everything was quiet.
I just built a budgeting app with Base 44.
Interesting. Can it generate reports?
It can now. Anything else?
Can this thing process invoices?
Can it show cost growth by category?
Can it track spending trends?
Done.
Nice.
Break free with the new Opera GX, the browser that puts you in control. With a brand new design that frees up even more pixels for personalization and an inventory of features to up your game at every level. Like GX Control to help rein in your resources with integrated limiters for RAM, CPU, and network. A sidebar for direct access to your favorite side quests, streams, and...
How is the game going, honey pups? Beautiful to see you hanging right where I left you. He had broken the silence with a loud pop, and all the board pieces had gone flying all over the floor. With a snap of his fingers, the board and the pieces vanished from view. Where were we? Oh yes! You need a name and a tour around. You question him about the other players inside the circus, and he gives you a casual look and a wave of his hand to brush it off. They're all fine, just resting after a great adventure. Don't worry, you'll get to meet them all. Kane offers his hand to you. But first, a tour just for you. A great welcome is needed. And a name. Just come with me. He grabs you swiftly, lifting you up in the air beside him. Oh, wait, what? Game over? Kane looks back at you, a big grin on his face, while you two fly above the circus tent. I'm so glad you're here. It's so nice to have a friendly new face around. We're gonna have so much fun together. Why does it say game over? Ending? His new favorite? I lost? What? Okay. I'm glad I saved, but, like, if we didn't, that's crazy. Okay, so walk towards an open vent on the wall. Yeah, we have to, right? By the way, real quick, before we get more into this, huge shout out to Forever Nina, because I saw her. She's the one that put this game on my radar, so shout out to you. Okay, anyways, walk towards the vent. Right in front of you, on a faraway wall, you spot what looks like an open vent. It's barely visible, with a giant, colorful cube blocking it from view. You walk towards it, worried that Kane might come back and find you sneaking around. The vent is indeed wide open, as you thought, big enough for a person to fit in. Had someone used it? Was it a game's secret achievement? You ponder it for a minute. Then, reminding yourself that you are inside a game, you crouch inside to investigate. Okay, here we go. Ooh, this is nice in here. You notice the wall textures flicker and polygons jut out in odd angles, forming gaps within the vent. The gaps themselves are big enough to see what lies beyond in the white expanse. You guess that no one has tested this part of the map yet. It also seems rather dirty in here, with all the cobwebs and strangely shaped objects that also have faces. Perhaps that's why Kane didn't want you to explore? You peer through one of the holes and you get the unnerving feel that you're being watched. Ooh. Suddenly something slithers in your peripheral as a multitude of eyes open and glare back at you from all directions. A booming voice rumbles through the vent. Another colorful character in the presence of Gloink Queen. Despicable. Gloink Queen, okay. The eyes glare accusatory, as if the very sight of you disgusts them. You take a moment to formulate a response. Okay, save. So we know now we have to save. Look how many save spots we have, by the way. Yeah, we need to save way more. Oh, by the way, do I do a good job reading? I can't even speak, because I don't know if I do or not. I hope you guys are, okay with my reading, because I'm not the best. You can't help but scream. You think it's best to act polite. You know what? Let's do this one, since it's probably going to make us lose. I want to see what happens. You fail to make a coherent sentence and instead let out a terrified shriek. The vent rumbles as the creature roars back. Its eyes glare with even more disdain. Insolent little thing! You dare raise your tone in front of royalty? Despicable! The vent begins to shake and crunch as the creature coils itself around like a snake. You scramble through as you try to avoid being crushed to death. You dash through the narrowing vent and see a light up ahead. You pick up the pace as you feel the jagged polygons digging into your arms. Uh-oh. As you approach the light up ahead, you stumble and fall face first onto the ground. Luckily, your fall is cushioned by carpet. Angry roars echo from the vent behind you as it collapses in on itself. Ooh, oh, where are we at now? You look around to find your bearings. It seems you're in a shabby-looking hallway, past its prime. Muck and grime stains the walls as the wallpaper peels away, revealing strange blinking eyes. You try not to acknowledge them. Instead, you wander the hallways, locked doors lining either side, each one adorned with a funny-looking character. It's starting to feel more like a hotel for cartoons than a circus. Okay, so we know this area. This is where everyone goes and, like, sleeps. This is their bedrooms and stuff. And the eyes, isn't that what happens to them whenever they, what's it called? Like, basically, they go insane in there. They become, like, these eye monsters like that. So, I guess that's other, like, lost souls in the walls. A thought crosses your mind, though. Why are there so many doors with a red X on them? The question presses heavily on your mind. Yeah, that's what happened to them. Suddenly, you're snapped out of your thoughts by the sound of voices. It seems to be coming further down the hallway. With no other options, you head toward them. Maybe they can help you get out of this place. It's better than having the company of doors at the very least. The voices become clearer and clearer as you pick up the pace, until eventually you round a corner and... wham! Jingle, jingle. Oh, it's Pomni! You had run directly into something small and colorful. The sound of jingle bells ring out, echoing through the hallways as you fall backwards onto the carpet. Slightly dazed, you slowly look up to see a small jester rubbing their head in pain. Next to the jester, a person-sized chest... Wait, what? Jester, a person-sized chess knees down, concerned. A literal chess piece. It's Kinger. Are you okay? How many fingers am I holding up? 3. Wait, am I? The chess piece looks down at his own floating hand. His eyes slowly drift in 2 different directions. As he begins to count them in a panic, he seems rather empty-headed. Oh, goodness. Turns out I have 4. There's Pomni.
Default text. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Shout out to Air Vision for being the first to join.
The Jester slowly stands up, giving herself a brief dust-off. Okay. The Jester's eyes go wide as they focus on you with full attention. Attention fills the space as you both look at each other. You get the odd feeling that they're about to try and fight you. Come on. The Jester puts themselves in between you and the chess piece, slowly backing away with them, tugging into the chess piece's robe. Kinger, we need to get going now. Oh, perhaps they're here to see my insect collection. The Jester shakes their head as they continue to step back, not breaking eye contact with you. Why are they so scared of us? You step forward, trying to explain your situation. 1 second, you were putting on a headset. The next, you were talking with a teeth man and everything else. The next, you were talking... I don't know if that's how they want that to be said. Your head starts to ache just thinking about it all, and you grab it as if trying to yank something off. You start to curl into yourself. I mean, why can't you take it off? Is this even real? A small hand grasps onto your own. You look up to see the Jester looking at you with some concern. Hey, it's okay. Take it easy. I'm sorry about that. We thought you were one of the NPCs. The reassuring tone in their voice helps to calm you down. Okay, claim you down. Yeah, there's definitely some like spelling stuff in this. Helps to claim you down. You felt you were losing yourself for a second. You're fine. I'm Pomni, by the way. And that over there is Kinger. Ooh. Kinger frantically looks behind him. You stare in sheer bafflement, but Pomni's gaze stays on you. So, what's your name? Oh, it's Pomni. You try to answer, but nothing comes to mind. Where a name should be, it's just a blank space. Wait, he didn't give you one? She trails off, brow furrowing in thought. How about we call you, Rookie for now? Sounds good? Your mouth plays with the sound of the new name. It feels right, at least for the time you're here. Pomni brightens up. Well, it's nice to officially meet you, Rookie. She lets out a small chuckle. However, her face drops down into a frown. She looks back at you with a sorrowful expression.
This is the fake ad you see everywhere, right? But this is Ebony, a real game. Now, I know what you're thinking. Aren't they exactly the same? No, because Ebony is the real number gate runner game. Gotta try it, huh? Nobody ever believes me, but this really is just...
Sorry you had to end up here at a time like this, but we really got to get moving before he finds us. You're confused and ask who she's talking about. Cain. Cain, the big teeth guy? You recall your first meeting with him was unexpected. Despite the chaos regarding just about, well, everything, he seemed harmless, if not incredibly eccentric. You fall in step beside Pomni and Kinger as they both begin to make haste down the hall. You ask about what Pomni meant about Cain finding you. Well, he's upset and unstable. More than usual. It started with little things, a strange glare or mean comments, but now I think he's trying to... Pomni trails off as she fidgets with her hands. She snaps back, looking at you. But we're trying to find a way to fix him. Kinger thinks there's something up with his base code. You look over at Kinger, who is currently starting at the bright... Okay, that has to be staring, right? Who is currently staring at the bright ceiling light. You look down at Pomni, skeptical. She lets out an awkward laugh. He's smarter than he looks, trust me. He wouldn't have gotten this far without him. I think I read that wrong. Pomni smiles weakly as she turns to him, as he continues to stare at the light. Pomni, are you seeing these white dots in this light? You feel that without your help, these two might not complete their goal. But do you really want to get roped into something like this? You just want to go home after all. Okay, so save. Stay and help them with their plan. You decide to go your own way. I can't even go my own way. Okay, so real quick though, I want to go back because I'm going to forget to do this. We saved. Yeah. Okay, so go back. I want to act polite to this guy and see what happens. You try your very best to be polite, trying to diffuse the tension between you and this monster. You even compliment their lovely eyes. Their many, many eyes. The creature's eyes narrow as it looks at you up and down. You get the impression it's trying to figure you out in some way. You must be new here. I have not seen you around like the other things. Oh my gosh, wait, there's more. Yeah, so we missed all this. You take this opportunity to get some answers. Okay, let's save here and return. What do you know about Cain? You ask the Gloink Queen about what she knows about Cain. The Gloink Queen's eyes widen when you mention this name. Ah, you speak of the mad teeth god that bore this world into existence. The same god that made me and my kin. But it matters not, for he too shall become a Gloink in due time, like everything else. A Gloink. The Gloink Queen stares past you as if she is seeing this future unfold between her very eyes. It is rather disconcerting to you. You take this moment to slowly crawl away through the vent. Ah, see, look, we would have missed that. But now, instead of running out of the vent, we climb down. You climb down carefully out of the vent onto the soft carpet below. The sound of rumbling emanating from the vent. Whatever that creature was, you're glad you didn't make it mad. So now we end up with, you look around, yeah. So this is, now we're back here with them, right? Let me just see if it's the same. Yeah, it's the same. Okay, so load back. Let's see what else we can learn here, because what are you the queen of? The eyes frown at you as you ask this question. It seems you have asked the stupidest question. I am the queen of the Gloinks! You non-Gloinks disgust me with your bipedalness and ignorance. I am Gloink. You will be Gloink. All shall succumb to Gloinkness. Gloink Queen proceeds to name to you all of his Gloink children. As the Gloink Queen is listing off names, you slowly scroll away. Okay, so same thing. Okay. Now wait, we have one more option. Let's see here. By the way, do you guys like seeing all these options, or should I just play the game? Because I don't know. This is always as a kid, my favorite kind of books to read were ones like this. They were always so much fun. I love, like, you get to a point and be like, skip to page 72 if you chose this option. I love this kind of stuff. Okay, so what is a Gloink? They are my wonderful children, the perfect creatures. They all have names, you know. There's Harry, Barry, Sarah, Tex, Jasmine. Gloink Queen proceeds to list a long list of names that you zone out. As the Gloink Queen is listing off names, you slowly crawl away. Okay, so we got everything from that. Okay, cool. Let's load back in. All right, so stay and help them with their plan. I wonder why I can't choose this one. Well, it is a demo, so that might be why. Against your better judgment, you take a deep breath and offer to help fix Kane somehow. You don't actually know what the plan is. Perhaps you should have asked that before agreeing. Maybe. Pomni looks up with surprise and relief. It seems she was hoping you would stay and help. Well, I'm glad you want to help, especially since you just met us. Thanks. The three of you continue your journey down the various hallways. You notice Pomni's eyes dart around trying to find something. She notices you looking at her. Oh, we're keeping an eye out for doors that this key fits into. They appear randomly. Hopefully one will lead us to Kane's control room. That's what Kinger thinks anyway. Suddenly there's a loud whack as Kinger smacks headfirst into a large door, surprising both you and Pomni. Ooh. Oh god, Kinger, are you okay? I'm not okay, but I'm not Oak, but the door is. Okay, not Oak, but the door is. What the? You all stand in front of a large oak wooden door engraved with vines and a weird grinning bubble. Pomni lifts up her key and tentatively slots it into the door's keyhole. She pauses and looks back at you. This place isn't exactly safe, so be ready for anything. You give her a nod in confirmation. She turns the key and swings open the doors. Whoa, this is cool. On the other side is a rather fancy trophy room with a roaring fire and comfortable sofas. It'd be a nice place to stay if it wasn't for the freaky mounted heads on the walls that glare down at you. Yeah, they look a little familiar, but there's something wrong with them. And an eyeball hanging down. Though strangely, one of the mounted frames doesn't have a head. Instead, just a small plaque with a familiar name. Pomni grimaces as she, dude, I saw that and my brain immediately went to McDonald's Grimace. There's something wrong with my brain. As she looks up at them, her bare hands beginning to fidget even more than before. Well, not the room we're looking for, but it could lead us to it. Any ideas, Kinger? Kinger wanders off to one of the sofas and sits down on an especially comfy one. You know, I think this is made with crocodile leather, the good stuff. He begins to lean back, his body pressing into the pillows of the sofa as he lets out a content sigh. Pomni lets out a sigh as she still fidgets. Well, I suppose it's okay to take a rest for a bit. We can wait a while. I don't think that's a good idea. Pomni sits down on her own sofa. You see as her whole body loosens, as it looks like she's about to pass out. You wonder how long she's been up running about. They both are rather worn out. The more you look at them, perhaps you can ask some questions. Oh, the more you look at them. Okay, so let's save real quick. I don't think there's going to be a multiple choice one, but just in case, you ask about Pomni's key. Ooh. Oh, it's a key gen. Kinger was able to make it earlier to help us access doors that Kane has locked. It's like those serial numbers you put into activate a program you bought. Well, sometimes you don't need to buy it. Pomni gives a knowing smirk. You suggest that's pretty much how a normal key works, but digital. Oh, I guess that is a simpler way of putting it. Kinger told it better when he was explaining it to me. Pomni awkwardly glances away, embarrassed. Like I said before, the plan is to reach Kane's control room. Hopefully there's something in there that we can use to fix his code, if everything is still the same there. Is there anything else you want to ask? You're about to ask them further when suddenly, wham! Oh no, we have to go back. You hear the door slam behind you. What? Pomni rushes towards the door, key up front to try and open it. However, as soon as she enters the key, it emits a loud error sound. Huh, guys, I think we have a problem. Uh-oh. The fire roars as the flames bellow out from the fireplace before it is quickly snuffed out. The once warm room is now filled with a sinister dread. You feel a shiver deep down your spine, or creep down your spine. Oh, I think this is one of those sleepovers. What? You feel the room around you begin to rumble and shake as the walls begin to crumble and split open. You hold on to Kinger to keep him upright as Pomni's eyes dart around the room. Come on, there has to be there. Huh? Pomni points towards the vent on the other side of the room. She races towards it. Whoa, what the rumble? The mounted heads violently clatter together, their mouths chattering as thick vines are up from behind. Towards it. Huh? Pomni points towards the vent on the other side of the room. She races towards it. Whoa, what the rumble? The freaky and Kinger. We're about to have, never mind. What the? A thick vine suddenly burst out of the fireplace, blocking Pomni's path. You feel Kinger's posture change. You look up and notice his eyes seem more focused. He moves in front of you in a protective stance as he grabs something out of the obscured trophy-decorated walls. Get behind me! Kinger holds it up as it glints in the darkness, ready to swing down. It's a machete that poofs into a cloud of pixels as soon as it makes contact with the vines. Uh-oh. Why does Kane even have that? There's little time to act. You have to move, but you're unsure whether to help first. Unsure whether to help first. Okay, so hold on. Save. I know. I want to see the other. Hold on. We're gonna forget though, so we should do it now. Let's just see the other answers to this, and then we'll be right back to that. Okay. It goes from the intense music to this. You ask why they look so worn out. Pomni lets out a tired sigh. Is it that obvious, huh? Things haven't been great around here. Kane's games have been pretty creative with how they kill us. Oh, but don't worry. We don't actually die. We just feel the pain of dying. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that sounds horrible. We were only able to escape his last game because his NPCs also started acting erratically. We're lucky to even be here talking about it. Is there anything else you want to ask? Okay, so yeah, that's that one. These are quick, so that's good. All right, let's see the last one. You ask how they leave the game. Pomni's face turns into a sad grimace as she looks away. We don't know. We've all been here a while. Kinger the longest. She fidgets with her hands even more. It seems she's trying to choose her next words carefully. I guess what I'm trying to say is, we have to focus on what's happening right now. She takes a deep breath in and then out. She looks up with you with a determined look in her eye. After we fix Kane, then we can focus on getting out. But right now, we have to keep each other safe. Okay, so now we're back. All right, let's see what happens here. All right, so help Pomni move the thick vine aside to enter the vent, or you entertain the heads with Kinger. Let's do entertain the heads with Kinger. Probably the wrong choice, but you rush over to Kinger, and you two start to wave your hands around like a weird dance, trying to distract the creepy vines. The creepy heads stare confused at you two. Suddenly, you hear a strange laugh in the distance, almost like it's echoing in the back of your mind. You look around, trying to locate it. Snap. Suddenly, one of the vines launched out on Kinger, trying to chomp him down. He dodges it at last minute. There must be a way to lit the fire again. I need a moment to think. Kinger speeds towards the snuffed out fireplace where some of the thicker vines had decided to crawl out from. You look back at Pomni for a second, about to call for her. The vine wasn't blocking the way to the vent anymore, but Pomni had stopped moving. Her body language tells you she's in trouble. She starts stumbling around, her hands shooting towards her head while slowly turning around. Oh my, what happened to her? Her face, her head. Is she wearing a mask? But her neck. It's not quite right. No, this could not be happening. The snapping sound from before. Had that been Kane? Had he replaced Pomni's head with a version of herself as one of the head mounts? Oh, okay, so the head mount version. Pomni's in trouble, while Kinger needs assistance to find a way to light up the fire in the room again. We thought it was best to... Hold on, we have to save here. Okay, go towards Pomni to help her out. Follow Kinger with whatever plan he has. Let's just stick to the bottom choice here. You have the gut feeling that maybe going to Pomni right now might not be the safest choice. You follow Kinger and ask what his plan is. The switch! It's quite the fancy room. There should be a hidden one somewhere here to control the fireplace. Was that true, or was he just having too much of an imagination? Why would there be a button to solve the problems? Though they were inside a game after all. You had almost forgotten. While running behind Kinger to get to the fireplace, you begin to hear something. At first quiet, but then building to a crescendo, you hear the chattering of teeth. You look behind you. The head mounts are slowly but steadily moving towards you and Kinger. Their jaws